Welcome to Worldwide Business. I'm Kathy Ireland. From workers on the frontiers of resource exploration to industrial plants, municipalities, and developers across the globe, the need for high-purity water solutions is almost as essential as the air they breathe. Tom Vossman, President and CEO of Newterra, joins us today to discuss how his company is fueling a variety of industries with innovative clean water solutions. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you, Kathy. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, Tom, Newterra's heritage goes back over 150 years to the pioneering work of Joseph Harrison. How has the company continued his spirit of innovation over the years to develop solutions that run water on nature's high standard?
Yeah, Kathy, we were fortunate in 2014 to acquire Crane Water. And with that, we inherited that 150-year tradition of largely serving industry with industrial process water. When we combine that with our 25-year history of solving water problems around North America, it really expanded our technical capabilities to solve some of the biggest water challenges around the world.
And Tom, what role does Newterra play in sustaining the world's fresh water supply?
In short, our modular solutions solve what traditional methods can't. Today, it's said that about 2.3 billion people have inadequate access to sanitation, 850 million people lack access to clean drinking water, and the World Health Organization really recently said that 3.4 million people died from water type diseases. So we serve a critical need, and our solutions really adapt to people that lack funding or lack access to traditional treatment facilities.
Well, in this Worldwide Business Field Report, we visit the Newterra manufacturing facility and project sites to see this global modular water treatment company in action.
Water is a very precious resource. For those of us who live in Canada and the US, it may not seem that way, but for the people who live in the rest of the world, water is a major issue. Newterra has focused on sewage treatment, drinking water plants, providing clean water for industrial applications such as boiler feed, site remediation projects where we're cleaning up contaminated water, and finally, I would say industrial wastewater treatment plants.
Newterra has technicians located throughout North America, ready to deploy to any site for maintenance, training, repairs, replacements, or upgrades. Everyone on our team gets the most satisfaction when they can quickly resolve a customer's problem, whether it's a remote fix, or finding the right part, or getting a technician on site to resolve an issue. The thing that I'm most proud of is the team that we've managed to build here. This is a motivated, intelligent team that's totally focused on customer satisfaction.
Going back 25 years or a little bit more so, Newterra was specializing in remediation projects where they were cleaning up groundwater and contaminated soils. And they've sort of taken that to the next step with treating water and employing advanced technologies to do so. Since that decision was made, we've really focused on how to enhance advanced technologies and still scale them down to an economically sound solution in a smaller environment. So our goal is to maintain all the brains, if you will, and the functionality and the robustness of large municipal treatment and be able to perform that in a much smaller scale.
Tom, Newterra serves a variety of industries all over the world. What are some of the diverse challenges that these businesses face?
Yeah, Kathy, so one of them certainly aquifer depletion. The resource of water has been used greatly in certain areas that have experienced high population growth. So governments are instituting regulations, so the use of water is being controlled much more, and industry in particular is looking for solutions that can solve that issue. Obviously, droughts compound the effect of aquifer depletion in certain markets, and you can't really predict where that's going to be. And then funding is a big issue. Municipalities, private developers lack the funding to pay for traditional treatment methods. So our custom, scalable, modular solutions really fit well because we can take them anywhere in the world. They work well in remote areas, and they're prefabricated, so we can ship them pretty much anywhere in the world, essentially plug them in, and they work. So our solutions really fill a void in some of those areas.
So you provide turnkey solutions. Can you tell us more about this comprehensive approach?
In the past few years, we've consolidated our manufacturing into one facility, and we have a lot of our resources there as well. So with Newterra, unlike many of our other competitors, we can design, engineer, fabricate, pre-test, and then ship the units anywhere in the world. Our engineers are largely at the location, our project managers are there, so we can deal with challenges face-to-face. It allows us to create scale. It allows us to take advantage of economies of scale from anything from procurement to logistical negotiations to meet customers' demands.
We're currently standing in Brockville, Ontario in our manufacturing facility here at Newterra in front of a wastewater treatment system that we're building for a development that's going to be in southern Ontario. This development is scaling up, so it's starting at about a 500 home build and scaling up to about 1,250 homes in the near future.
Right behind us, we currently are undergoing fabrication of the system, both electrical, mechanical, and civil install. The system itself is using membrane bioreactor technology. Basically, it consists of an equalization tank, aeration tank, the membrane bioreactor, as well as sludge handling. Right directly behind me there, the equipment building, it has a lot of the aeration blowers that provide the air supply to diffusers both within the EQ tank, aeration tank, as well as provide aeration for the MBR technology.
As we saw in the field report, your manufacturing plant is almost 4 acres in size. How does this allow you to provide and deliver systems on any scale on time?
Well, we see the market growing exponentially over time. The more customers understand that they do have access to options where we can scale a unit, build something that meets their current needs, and the ability to tack on additional modular units as they scale up, whether it be a private resort community or any type of subdivision that's growing that doesn't have access to traditional treatment. So we purchased property that allowed us to scale with the market, and so we feel we can grow 200% to 300%. We've designed the layout in order to take advantage of quick turns. So if we go on a run and we sell many of our facilities, we can move the people around, the critical employees that build these units within one facility. We can be flexible. Customers need a fast track project completed. We have the resources right there in that one location.
And Tom, Newterra is essentially transforming the water industry using technology, innovation, scalability, service, and modularity. What are the advantages of modularity?
We like to say we think inside the box. Our engineers are experts at designing, using technologies to treat any dirty water a customer has and meeting an effluent standard on the back end in the smallest footprint possible. That allows our customers to, one, save money, two, get their water treatment needs met much faster because we'll build a plant in Brockville and then ship it anywhere in the world, and allows them to use their precious capital for other needs. So if they need to expand, if it's a community again that grows or an industry that's growing manufacturing, we can come in and augment the capacity later on. So it really provides precious capital to be used. And finally, in industrial facilities or even in communities, they don't want to spend a lot of their land to put in, the out of sight, out of mind stuff like wastewater or water treatment. And so the small footprint really works well from that perspective.
With water treatment, we were in a spot where we knew we had to grow. We'd had a downturn with the loss of the Ford assembly plant, and we looked at wastewater treatment and growing our borders in the Taltville area. And this type of plant seemed to be the best solution for us. So when we went through the selection process, Newterra was head and shoulders above everybody else. Our engineering company was very familiar with them and very comfortable with the product that they produced. And we've had our small issues, we worked through the issues, and they're great to come up with solutions for the problems that we presented them. And it's been a really great process working with Newterra.
When we got involved with Southold Township, there were a number of things that we were able to participate in, which the first step was to help them complete their environmental assessment. They had some options with technologies that they could select to service the development, and we were fortunate enough to be chosen as one. So we got to participate through the finalization of the environmental assessment. We got to do some noise and odor modeling with the municipality for the regulators, and the scope really for us has been the treatment system itself.
Tom, could you share more information on Newterra's remote management and monitoring capabilities? Why is this so important?
Yeah, the company years ago built using older technology to provide 24/7 monitoring. So to make sure that the water's being treated, the tanks are maintaining various levels, the pumps are meeting flow rates, and most importantly, the effluent output, the clean water is meeting the specification required by a permit or some other regulation. It's an interesting time because we're now looking to expand that into kind of a phase 2 offering for customers, taking advantage of app technology. So literally a customer today can be sitting at home and double checking their plant, getting kind of peace of mind that everything's working well. And then the other thing we intend to do is expand to predictive analytics. So kind of the notion that if you can imagine a call center calling a customer saying, where would you like us to ship your new pump? And they said, well, we don't need that. Well, you're about to. Because our analytics say that we've reached the useful life of a certain part of the plant. And so we're currently building that capability, and we hope to launch it in 2018.
Great. And Tom, why do you think you've continued to gain momentum in the decentralized water and wastewater sector?
As more customers understand that there's this concept of modularity, more and more we're getting word of mouth, people call saying, hey, we were on your website, we understand you guys, we don't really understand, you know, how can you treat water in a box, so to speak. Most importantly, customers are satisfied. Recently we had a customer we successfully built a water reuse plant for here in the US, and they spec'd us for a plant overseas because they love the technology and they want to use this again. So it's word of mouth, developers, engineers hearing about it, saying there's new options to help solve these global problems.
We have a 32,000-ton capable plant, cooling plant, that provides district cooling to hospitals and entertainment venues, office and government facilities throughout New Orleans. After Hurricane Katrina, we realized that we had a couple of points of failure, one of which was the ability to be able to provide water up to our cooling towers because we had loss of pressure. We actually put in a well, and we needed an RO system to take out all and purify all of the contaminants that were in the well. We identified Newterra as the RO system of choice.
From our understanding, this was a fast-track project, #1, so the qualifications for participation were heightened, and we met those qualifications. We had the brain power in-house, as well as the traditional legacy of performance to meet the requirements, both from a quality standpoint and from a time urgency standpoint.
Well, Newterra is clearly providing solutions for a variety of diverse water challenges in a very advanced way. Tom, congratulations to you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Kathy.
For Worldwide Business, I'm Kathy Ireland. Thank you for joining us.